Hi, everybody, and welcome back. Season's greetings to you and happy holidays. Hope you all are doing well. And here we are, Sunday. It's time to do our weekly messages and see what we got looking forward for the next week. Now, of course, we're coming off of this 12/12 yesterday, as a matter of fact, portal of, like I said, I feel like this is that door before the main door. It's like that preparatory door that we have an opportunity to walk through and kind of get our intentions and our energy set to walk through the 12/21 winter solstice door. Okay, and then these are times also when the veil is the thinnest between the worlds, so we can really tap in deeply to our innate knowing, by getting ourselves in the right place, meaning mentally, emotionally, and even physically. So what are some things that we may be able to change? Even just one thing that would help to move us in a even more pronounced way towards that doorway and through it, right? And being able to be supported by spirit, because again, the veil is the thinnest right now as we're going through all these different portals and doorways, and then an eclipse again coming up at the end of the month with the full moon. All right, so just being aware of everything that's been going on in the astrological aspect or the macrocosmic aspect of things can really help us to understand what's going on the microcosmic level, or here down on earth, right? So all of the meanings behind those planets and things like that, the meanings behind them help us to relate to what are the meanings in our own lives, from the macrocosmic to the microcosmic, right, aspect of things. All right, so we can see how these really work in our world, but let's see what the messages come out today for the Isis cards, guys. So excited to have you here. Thank you so much. And here we go. We're going to get started now. Blessings and thank you, Great One. We're honoring you today and thanking you so much for bringing through all that is needed for us to really be empowered, to really feel that gusto for life. Yes, bring that back for us today and help us to know how we may do that for the highest good. So it is, so it is, so it is. I feel like so many of us are just like on the edge and ready to move into this new way of being, but it is kind of scary, if you've never done anything this big before. But I'm sure you've done some other things in your life that seemed really big in the moment, and when you accomplished it, you're like, wow. I mean, not that there wasn't work that you had to put into it, but boy, was it worth it by the time that you came to the end of that and you got to receive the rewards, for everything that you had done, all the work that you had put in, all the hours, right? Even crying sometimes, being frustrated, trying to figure out certain aspects of it. I've been there myself, so I totally get it. All right, so what are the... Well, we got two cards out today. Nice, I love it. Horus. All right, on the bottom. Now, it is going to take time to get where you want to go, and that makes sense, right? You got to put the plans into place. You got to first sit and think about it. Like, where do you want to be? Where do you want to go? Or what things do you want to, see differently in your world? Start with that. And then you can start to work with spirit to figure out how to allow that to happen, right? Slow victory, Horus, but the eye is there. It's just being able to see through the veil. Being able to see through the veils that we have created, perhaps within our own selves, about what is true, and what we have the ability to really create in our lives. The Horus bark, how interesting. So to be able to create this victory, Horus, his boat, we're creating this boat, right, to be able to navigate those waters that seem very treacherous, because what we're doing is we're changing our lives. We're recreating everything that we have ever wanted, but it does take a restructuring, right? And we do have to go and look at what has brought us to this point. And that's going to help us to build that boat that's going to help us to navigate those waters, right? To figure out through the myriad of ideas in our mind and things of that nature, things that may be possibilities for us. What are the ones that are truly going to bring us success? Because Sasheta says creating and writing, and that comes out to an 11. Wow, that is really being balanced in both the masculine and feminine aspects of ourselves. And that's because we're resolute and we know how to first go within with that feminine energy, receive our answers, sit with, the situation, and then come out and create with spirit, and actually go out and create what it is that you have decided that you want in your life. That spirit is going to help support you on. So the Horus bark is a 16 and the horse is a 15. So very interesting that these are coming out in this way today. So 6, that slow victory. It may seem like, the turtle wins the race, but the hare seems faster, right? But slow and steady does win the race, and it does bring all the wisdom that is truly going to help us to know how we accomplish this victory. And then we can do it again and again once we actually learn. Like, how did we do it the first time? Well, now that's our model that we can use as we're moving forward. So Horus bark. And the sacred union. Wow. So we're going to read this card today, 16, because I feel like this is very important. This is that, essentially that life raft, in a sense, if you will, that's going to get us over these choppy waters of our mind and our emotions and help us to navigate to the other side, to that land that we're waiting to discover, right? Wow, that is so awesome and powerful. I feel lots of chills on that. And it is like going through a doorway as well, right there, see? So, what is it we need to know about the Horus bark? 16, again, coming to a 7. This is all about the choices that you're making, and they're going to be powerful if you put your energy and your resources towards the right way of being, right? Get your energy right and use it for the good of you and everyone else. The temple of Dendara is a shrine to the goddess Hathor, and her consort Horus is at Edfu, temple where within the inner temple is the solar bark or boat. Each year there was an immense festival with pilgrimages to and from both temples to the river Nile. The solar bark holding a statue of Horus as he traveled to meet his wife Hathor at Dendera so they could have a sacred marriage. Wow. And then pilgrimage. So yeah, setting off on a new land, a new journey, right? But this is what you're building, is that protection that's going to help you to get across your faith, your belief, building up your mind and your emotional bodies, and even your physical body to be able to withstand all that you're going to go through, right? It does take physical strength just as well as it does that mental and emotional strength to get through to the other side of our reward. It says, channeled message from Horus. See my solar bark that carries me to my wife Hathor so that we may have many spiritual and sacred marriages. This is a union made in heaven, and we wish you to have the same union of body and spirit also. So I am preparing the way. In ancient days, the priestesses worked constantly with energy, prayers, and spells to bring balance first to the temple and then balance and harmony to all of Egypt. So this is asking us to bring that balance within our own individual world first, within ourselves, and then we move out and we bring that peace and harmony to all around us, right? We are that example. We've done the work, and we stand as that statue, as that, representation of that balance, of that energy, and that strength to move forward and accomplish our goal, in this case sacred union, meeting up Horus with Hathor, and creating all that is able to be created. When we go through that work, when we stay committed to what it is that we've decided that we want, and we don't give up, we keep taking that journey until we get to that new land. It's no turning back. We are asking you to do more spiritual work to restore balance in your love life. So meanings for this card: abundance. Spiritual and energy practices will restore harmony to your life. For love, seek coaching for difficulties here and study yoga or tantra together as you bring the sacred into your relationships. Your divine star soulmate is here. So if you are with someone, it really is about helping them to become in balance as well, because this helps your, collective household and world within your own physical space, right, of your actual home. So you're then building your own individual temple that all the people within that home is helping, you're helping them to build their individual temple. The home itself is a temple that you are creating even more abundance and energy and building that magical component, or that ability for spirit to be able to see you and work with you, right? That is that bark or that boat that gets you across. For work and career, consider work as a spiritual healer or a couples coach. For travel, take a cruise along the River Nile or any long river, and it will flow well. For health, problems with reproductive organs are possible. They are best overcome by having treatments with natural health practitioners. For family, separations and disagreements among family are best resolved spiritually. So do this work within, and just really start to see and feel that all is well. Just see it in your mind's eye and start to hold that vision, and it will come to manifest in your outer world once again. All right. So for the future, it says some difficulties with people around you are best solved with humor. So yeah, try to keep it lighthearted as much as possible. I do that a lot with people that I work with, and I have this one guy in particular. He's so cute, but he'll be like, "What does my aura look like today, Melissa?" Or, "Can you do a tarot reading? Can you bring your cards to work?" Or whatever. He's silly. But I love playing around with them, I'll play around and say that their energy might be a little darker, code brown. I've used that before with one of my coworkers, and it's fun because whether they mean it to try to throw you off and make you feel bad, you can always come back with humor, and then it's kind of like you're laughing along with them. So then it kind of it deters them, because they know that they're not going to get to you, and maybe they'll still do it, but as long as you can approach it from a lighthearted way, showing that you don't have to be defensive about who you are, that you can stand in your own positive power and things like that, and you don't have to allow other people to throw you off your game or make you feel a certain way. You know what I mean? All right, so Horus Bark, we're going to get some first past energy. We got something that flew out. Yeah, Judgment in reverse. So we definitely have not been answering the call to move forward and do what it is that we know that we need to do to resurrect our lives, to really put all of those burdens behind us, right? I think we can all say that that's true to some degree. And then this is, we've really gone within, we've been trying to see exactly what it is that is going to take us out of this energy where we really just don't feel, like we are master, we are king of our water and our emotions, our own heart, right? But we really do have the ability to have that balance. Two cards came out here. First, we have the Nine of Swords in reverse, and we have the King of Wands in reverse. So this could have been around someone who was these sleepless nights and things like that were more or less moving past. Could be someone who was out playing the field, slinging the wand around if it's a male energy, that kind of thing. You said, "I'm done with this imbalance," right? I know what my worth is, and I'm really just not willing to deal with this kind of energy anymore. So moving forward, yeah, it's putting an end. That was a lot of cards. Putting an end to, any of those energies, yeah, seeking out a new way of being and moving forward, which is awesome because you're doing so in a way that's going to bring clarity and truth into your situation. And that's always a great foundation to start from. It's in the middle of the reading too, which is really good. I like this as well. Putting an end to any indecision, you know, getting out of our head, not being in two minds, and then this causing, you know, turbulence within the emotions or the water of our heart. So we're really building with this Horus spark. It's kind of like, you know, when you're resolute, when you know that you're not going to stop until you get to where you're going, you put all of your heart into it, right? And so, you know, the things that we put our heart into in the past has likely not been the right things, or we wouldn't be in this place where we are now, right? But we're moving out of this place, which is what I really see and feel great about. Now, anybody that was, again, putting us in this energy where we weren't able to really celebrate and feel happy about ourselves, we're not going to walk away from ourselves anymore. You know what I mean? We're going to ensure that we fill our own cups. We're not going to connect and entertain, you know, those type of people that could truly bring nothing but bad into our lives. Working hard, I like that. Putting in that effort and work into yourself is always going to be something that's good for you. Moving towards calmer waters. Yeah, this is going to help balance out your mind and your emotions, but it is a choice in doing so. You've got to put that work in. But by doing so, you are assured that you're going to move towards even better, even more awesome things in your life. You're going to actually feel so much better as a result of putting an end to even, you know, not giving enough to yourself, if you will, much less allowing others to shortchange you, if you will. And also the devil in reverse. So we're taming the beast here. Now we're still working through some of these energies, I feel. And the biggest aspect of all of this is going to be making that plan to move forward. So if you continue to stay stuck in this past energy and you don't move forward, then what I see is it is going to be tough for you to be able to move forward and you know, really accomplish the things that you want to in your life. It's always your own choice, but this is a very powerful time. Again, the veil is the thinnest, so it's talking about that we can make that connection with the masculine and feminine aspects of ourselves. It may seem like a slow victory, but you got to think about the time that it took you, you know, and how long you've been staying in that type of way of believing, you know, relationships should be or your life should be. And then now you're having to work with that as you're moving into this new way of being. And you are going to be challenged by the old ways of thinking and feeling about relationships, about the way your life has been, about what the possibilities for you can be even. Offer your love says, is there someone in your life who could benefit from loving kindness? This gesture doesn't have to be big. Just send an email or pick up the phone, pop by for a visit, or order a bouquet of posies. Let this person know that you are thinking of him or her, and when we offer our love generously, that caring energy comes back to us tenfold, while also lifting us up in the process. Reach out and offer your love today. And I see this as offering your love to those people who really could use it, you know, that maybe you haven't reached out to in a while. And it will make you feel so good just to hear them on the other end. So excited and so happy to hear from you and to know that you cared. And you know how that feels whenever, you know, somebody thinks about you and they reach out to you, and how it just makes you feel so special, right? And in turn, this comes back to you tenfold, because it also helps to raise your own energy, right? Because you helped to make someone's day better. You brought value into someone else's life. But at the same time, it brought a lot of value into your life as well. And that's where you have that balance, right? Where everybody is giving and receiving, you know, appropriately. It's not one-sided, if you will. All right. So confidence was the second card that came out, saying it takes courage to put your butt on the line and go for it. And the best way to strengthen your confidence is to put yourself out there. You just got to do it, guys. Who cares what other people think? Everybody starts somewhere, and don't worry about making mistakes. You can always course correct, but you will never know or grow unless you try. And the more you do, the more confidence and successful you will become. When you shine, we are all inspired to do the same. Yeah, remember I said that? And also, again, it talks about that when we do that inner work within ourselves on that microcosmic level, then we do the healing on the outer. As the Horace Bark talked about, the healing was done within, the person first. Then it was done within the temple, and outwardly then in all of the world. And so we can really start to impact our own lives and our own world around us, those in our immediate world, those that we have the ability to reach and connect with. And it makes such a huge difference, guys, when we get that reciprocal energy going of giving and receiving. So it will help to build your confidence. It will help to build other people's confidence and make them feel even more beautiful and good about themselves. So it's great. And I hope that you will join in this reciprocal energy today. It will bring you, again, tenfold of abundance into your lives. That's amazing and beautiful. Hi, Lisa. So good to see you. Just finished up the reading, so go back and listen to it. But definitely enjoy and, giving and receiving. That is the spirit of this season. So there are great ways that we can do that will truly impact the world. I love you so much. Have a beautiful day, and I'll see you soon. Mwah. Bye.